In the journey of life, we are guided from an early age with the noble virtue of generosity. This quality, present from the earliest steps of childhood, forms the foundation of our coexistence in society. Generosity is a moral compass that guides us to reach out to others, to share, and to be altruistic. The justification for cultivating generosity is profound and intricate. It represents our capacity to understand the suffering of others and offer relief by helping. When we help others, we find deeper meaning in our lives, a purpose that transcends selfishness. Generosity is an act of human connection, where invisible bonds extend between hearts, uniting us with one another. However, as in all aspects of existence, there is a looming danger to our happiness when we follow the path of generosity excessively. In this video, we will embark on a journey of reflection about this dilemma. We will explore how to find a healthy balance between generosity and preserving our own essence. As we navigate this philosophical sea, we'll remember that generosity is indeed a gift. But like any gift, it should be given discerningly, respecting our own limits and recognizing the intrinsic value of our existence. Get ready to explore the path of self-awareness and understand the importance of balancing generosity with self-preservation in the pursuit of harmonious coexistence with others and oneself. We are taught the idea that we should give, share, and prioritize generosity over our personal interests. However, someone warns us about the dangers of being too generous. Many generous people witness how they become exhausted by giving their money and energy without any recognition. Excessive generosity can even put our own lives and health at risk. Be prepared to be surprised by the unexpected negative effects that kindness can bring to you. Today, I will reveal 8 things that happen to you for being too good and present, 4 Stoic strategies to prevent people from taking advantage of you. Lower your expectations. The Stoics emphasize the need to accept circumstances as they are and never base our happiness on the actions of others. When you are generous, do not expect too much in return. This way, you avoid disappointment and practice emotional detachment, leading to greater peace of mind. It's challenging for us to be entirely altruistic in our generosity, consciously or unconsciously. When we give everything we have and dedicate ourselves to someone, we expect others to do the same when it's our turn to need help. However, you've accustomed people so much to having everything done for them that they will consider you to have some kind of superpower, thinking you can handle everything on your own. Otherwise, why would you be taking on others' responsibilities and helping them so much? The truth is, your expectations of reciprocity will not be met. What will happen next is that you'll end up in a bad mood, exhausted, frustrated, and disappointed. If we approach this impersonally, people aren't failing you. They are doing what you should also be doing, taking care of their responsibilities. Everyone expects you to give them something. According to the Stoics, it's essential to remember that true value comes from acting in accordance with virtue and reason, not just meeting others' expectations. Practicing moderation and giving in a balanced way allows you to maintain control over your actions and avoid falling into habits that erode your emotional well-being. Understand that humans are creatures of habit and are programmed to adapt to a routine and lifestyle, doing the same things every day for years. This tendency to adapt is precisely where the concept of the comfort zone comes from. This means that if you get used to giving all the time, people will expect you to give to them all the time. This also means that you will bring people into their respective comfort zones, and they will stop fulfilling many of their obligations because they know you will be there to do everything. You run the risk of devaluing yourself too much, and it's highly unlikely that anyone will look you in the eye and tell you to think more of yourself. At least, don't expect that kind of empathetic behavior from those you help, because this situation is very convenient for them, and they're unlikely to give it up. your priorities will be forgotten. The Stoics emphasize the importance of living in line with reason and virtue, setting boundaries, and prioritizing our responsibilities. It is essential to maintain balance and avoid sacrificing our authenticity and well-being for others. If you're giving your all to other people's priorities, you may be avoiding something within yourself that causes pain and fear. What emotions do you feel when you spend the weekend alone or come home every day knowing that no one is waiting for you? If the cause of such behavior is the desire to escape from yourself, it's a double blow because, on the one hand, sooner or later, you'll have to face yourself, and on the other hand, your frustration will increase as you neglect your priorities to meet others. Self-care is a fundamental factor in achieving well-being. Before providing comfort to others, you must ensure that you feel satisfied, pampered, and well taken care of. Never offer chocolate to someone without first enjoying one immensely for yourself, just as you should not offer to clean a friend's house without first leaving your own impeccable and enjoying a good movie while savoring a glass of wine. You come first, and then the rest of the world. You will be seen as weak and treated as such. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate inner strength and self-control. By setting boundaries and practicing self-discipline, we can show others that we are committed to our own responsibilities and values, earning their respect rather than being perceived as weak. If you help too much over time, you may be seen as an authority figure in this regard. However, you may give the opposite impression of what you intended, because when you don't set limits, people start seeing you as a weak person, the exact opposite of a leader. In fact, they will always turn to you to solve their problems, knowing there's no risk of you saying no. But from the moment you start using this magical word, they will start feeling something for you they've never thought of before: respect. You will attract many leeches. Stoicism teaches us to value discernment and wisdom in choosing who to help. Through self-control and objectivity, we can differentiate genuine people from those looking to take advantage, avoiding expending our energies in unproductive situations. Notice that suddenly those who considered you a good friend begin to exclude you from their leisure activities and only turn to you when they need something. If we think about it calculatively, it's not so absurd that this happens to you, as people typically don't invite their employees and collaborators to have coffee with them, let alone share a beer. What's happening to you is logical, but it doesn't mean it's fair. Therefore, you must learn to manage strategies to prevent people from using you in this way. You will only attract people who need and never those willing to give. Through Stoic discernment, we can cultivate authentic and mutually beneficial relationships. People who come into our lives respond to our energy, meaning that if we vibrate at a low frequency, we attract negative, pessimistic people with dark spirits and non-benevolent intentions. On the other hand, when our vibrations are high, we attract people full of positive energy, generosity, and joy. Like a cycle, when we give indiscriminately, we lose so much energy that we start vibrating at a lower frequency. This makes needy people feel drawn to us, as well as opportunists who have no intention or resources to help, but come to extract everything they can from us and then disappear without even bothering to say thank you. You might end up falling into vices. The Stoics promote moderation and self-control. Practicing self-discipline and generosity helps us avoid addictive patterns and allows us to maintain a healthy relationship with our actions and decisions. When scarcity becomes a part of our daily lives, the need grows, and this is the perfect setup for falling into dependency. So, one day, someone close to you may notice that you're drinking too much, not necessarily water, eating too much, or even playing too much. Pay close attention to what someone who cares about you may say, as your initial reaction may be to get angry and shout that you have no problems. However, this is the typical reaction of people who are so immersed in their own issues that they are unable to recognize them. Always remember that those who care about you only want what's best for you. So take their observations very seriously because they are there to help you get up and move forward. They will be suspicious of you. Stoicism encourages us to act virtuously regardless of how others may perceive us. By focusing on living in harmony with our principles and values, we build a genuine reputation that is resistant to suspicion. As much as we would like things to be different, the truth is that genuinely kind people are not abundant in this world. So, if you're one of them, you'll raise suspicions instead of admiration and gratitude. It won't take long for you to expose your kindness, and people will start wondering what's going on with you and what hidden intentions you have that you're not revealing to anyone. This means you've found a group of suspicious people, not necessarily, but it's more likely that they're being realistic. Most excessively solicitous people tend to hide such dark ulterior motives that it's better to stay away from them and give up the help they offer. In conclusion, according to Stoic wisdom, in life, the best measure for things is always the middle ground, and generosity is no exception. If we give too little, we seem selfish and greedy, while if we give excessively, we end up completely depleted in energy, time, and probably money as well. So, lean towards the shades of gray, which are still the preferred shadows when it comes to finding a balance between prioritizing others and ourselves. And when in doubt, always remember the magic word, no. We've come to the end of this journey, and I sincerely hope that these tips are of great use to you. Don't forget that you are a crucial part of this channel. If this video has helped you think or learn something, please give it a like so that more people can discover the powers of Stoic wisdom. Share your experience in the comments. Remember that every small step counts in your development process.